Hello everyone, it's me. I'm back again for another What If. I know it's been a while, but I finally have time to do some videos again. And this is going to be a pretty interesting one. So let's just keep it short and get right into the video. What is your wish, Bardock? What, are you making a wish on a shooting star or something? But sure. I wish for both of my sons to grow up and thrive. Alright, I'm gonna cut in a little bit because I just want to say most of Dragon Ball stays the same. I personally don't think it needs much change. It's the building block for the rest of Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, all of that. So yeah, if you're all wondering, it's gonna be staying the same, but we're just gonna skip right to Dragon Ball Z. Goku had just met up with the gang back at Kami House, and they were surprised. Goku had a kid? Other than that, the reunion went well. Up until the fighters at Kami House sensed an enormous power level heading straight for them. Being the strongest defenders at the time, Goku and Krillin reluctantly stand at the front, guarding the weaker group standing behind them. They got on guard as they figured their sense finally landed on the island. Ah, perfect. It seems I found you, Kakarot. Who are you? And who is this Kakarot guy? What? Don't tell me you've forgotten your own brother, Kakarot. The group stand there in shock at the reveal of Raditz as he goes on a whole monologue about the Saiyans. Oh yeah, and Goku is a Saiyan too. Raditz then asks Goku to join him, to which he declines. This leads to Raditz smacking Krillin into the house and kidnapping young Goku. As Goku was about to leave, Piccolo then steps in, revealing his intention to team up with Goku. This leads to them flying off and confronting Raditz. Soon after, they land at the site where Raditz is, and he's disappointed that Goku decided to confront him instead. Raditz then takes off his scouters and reads their power levels. Goku is at a power level of 334 and Piccolo at 292. Raditz laughs as his power level is nearly 5 times Goku's. That's when they both take off their weighted clothing as they power up to their maximum, with Goku now being at a power level of 416 and Piccolo at 408, with Piccolo having more weight on part, which resulted in him getting a bigger boost in power. Raditz is a bit taken aback, but with his power level of 1500, he should be able to hold them off pretty easily. So the fight with Raditz commences, with it being around the same as original. Soon after the fight though, two figures can be seen watching the three fight in some surrounding bushes, seemingly waiting for the perfect time to jump in. This opportunity would arrive when Goku uses his strongest attack, the Kamehameha. Impossible! His power level is rising above 900! And that Namekian, his power level is over 1000! Goku then fires off his Kamehameha, to which Raditz simply dodges out of the way, but then the beam suddenly starts curving and chasing him, which leaves him running away trying to get away from it. After a few moments, Raditz decides to face the attack head-on by blocking with his bare hands. But as the attack was nearing him, a scouter senses two other power levels behind him. Impossible. A power level of 390 and 960. Raditz yells out as he quickly repositions himself to catch all three attacks, not having enough time to charge a counterattack. Kamehameha! Ha! Dry beam! Ha! He is then slammed between two blue energy beams and a rectangular yellow beam. The resulting contact created an enormous explosion that created a large dust cloud. A figure wearing an orange gi then jumps out while holding up a shirtless man. The figure then appears between Piccolo and Goku, who is still in the air. Yamcha? Tien? I thought I'd never see you guys again. The orange gi figure, who is revealed to be Yamcha, then helps the other person. Tien tries to stand up, however, Tien promptly collapses. I used a lot of energy and life force in that attack to hopefully finish him off in one strike. So that's the Lord Power for a sense. Piccolo grunts while still holding his special attack stance. What brings you guys here? Raditz's power could be sensed across the planet. We were gonna ignore it at first, to try to group up, but then sensed you two battling him. Oh, and Tien found me first, he said. Then he looks to Piccolo asking, wait, why are you still charging that attack? Yamcha is then promptly cut off when he senses the person named Raditz is still alive. He looks towards the dust cloud, which had just settled, and out reveals Raditz, who managed to block their attacks. However, it wasn't without sustaining some minor injuries. I gotta say, those were some impressive attacks, but it's now my turn. Raditz then fires off an energy blast right at Goku, sending him flying. He then appeared in front of Yamcha, sending a punch into his chest, shattering his ribs. Tien tries to punch Raditz, but he was too slow and tired, which led to Raditz catching his fist. However, as he was about to crush it, he then suddenly sensed Piccolo's enormous power as he turns around to see Piccolo had finished charging his attack, which was now at a power level of 1300. Damn it, I can't block that attack. Piccolo then promptly fires the attack called the Special Beam Cannon right at Raditz. The resulting beam went flying into the mountain, obliterating. Unfortunately though, Raditz had barely dodged it, receiving a sizable gash on his shoulder and breaking off a shoulder pad. As he was about to counterattack though, Goku then grabs his tail. Now, the next few parts go relatively the same. Goku gets tricked into releasing Raditz's tail, then Raditz pounds on Goku into the ground before Gohan breaks out of the space pod and slams headfirst into Raditz's gut, shattering his armor. Raditz, weakened and angry, punches the oblivious Gohan before trying to blast him into dust. Goku, however, puts him into a full Nelson and screams at Piccolo to finish it now. No, Goku, you're going to die too! With pleasure, Piccolo says with a devilish grin. Piccolo then fires off another special beam cannon, which pierces both Goku and Raditz, killing them both. Soon after, a flying aircraft lands near the battle site. Krillin and Roshi rush out, preparing a fighting stand, until they look on in horror at the scene in front of them. Raditz then gives one final message to the group, saying that in 1 year's time, 2 Saiyans far stronger than him would arrive and finish the job. Piccolo then regrows his arm and kidnaps Gohan, for the second time that day, to quote-unquote train him. Unfortunately though, Krillin and the rest of the Z fighters were too weak to stop Piccolo, so he just flies away, leaving them to their own devices. The rest then ponder what to do. Roshi was far past his fighting prime, which left the 3 human warriors. Krillin was scared, but most of all was angry at himself for not being able to help. He died once and now was too weak to be of help, being knocked out by a single backhand. He was indebted to Goku, and now he let his best friend's son get kidnapped. But now he'll be on the front line defenses of Earth, so he had to get stronger so that he wouldn't be a liability. He was going to put on his A game, so that he could one day fight alongside Goku. Tien was in the same boat, continued training for 5 years trying to surpass Goku, but he still wasn't strong enough. He tried everything, even emulating Goku by using weighted clothing, but it still wasn't enough. And with the revelation of Goku being an alien, he took this as fuel to push him even further. Screw human limits, he was going to break his limits. Go stronger than Piccolo, Goku, Raditz, and even his Saiyans. That was his goal, his fire. And he thinks he found the perfect starting point, as Kami had contacted the remaining fighters on Earth to come train at the lookout, to prepare for the Saiyans' arrival. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the first part of Dragon Ball Rewrite. This is a series that I had in the back of my head as I really enjoy Dragon Ball, which prompted me to, think about how could I improve this series. Dragon Ball has so many inconsistencies and flaws with it, which this series will try to fix and improve upon. For example, the other fighters besides Goku will have their chances in the spotlight, as well as be more involved in the story. Other stuff will be changed as well as we get more into the story, but this is all that we have for this part, the Raditz saga. And we will be getting into the same saga next part. So if you enjoyed this part, like for part 2 and show support in any way you want. And I'll be seeing you guys soon next time on Dragon Ball Rewrite.